middleweight division in the UFC. Very determined, very physical, athletic, and strong young man. And on top of that, the kickboxing pedigree. This guy has been to war with some of the best kickboxers in the world.
Yeah, that is his real forte, and that's one of the things that I think makes this fight the most interesting. Is Roberson has some nasty kickboxing skills. And with Marshman being a stand-up fighter, I mean, I just think this is going to be guns blazing.
Roberson, a New Jersey guy, as such, very excited to fight at Madison Square Garden here tonight. He said he felt like this walk would feel different, but he really was going to try to enjoy the overall experience. Big learning lessons last time out against Mutanchi. Said that setback sort of forced him to adjust his mindset. But this is one tough customer, big, strong guy for this middleweight division, and he will try to maximize this pay-per-view showcase here tonight. This tale of the tape is brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Couple of 28-year-olds here. Karl Roberson, the American, the taller man by 1 inch. He will also have a 1-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the introductions. Back inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record. 22 wins, 7 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Abertillery, South Wales, Jack the Hammer Marshman. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a kickboxer holding a professional record, 6 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 184 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Neptune, New Jersey, Karl Baby K. Roberson. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Levine.
Yves Levine, a busy man tonight. Same can be said for Chrissy Blair. Thank you, Chrissy. Karl Roberson, Jack Marshman. If you watch Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, you know the story on Roberson. Nearly succumbed to gang violence, lost 2 friends at 18 years old. Now he's the guy visiting schools and troubled teens. Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit. Since 1925, the Glory kickboxing veteran Roberson in black, Jack Marshman in white.
And you see right away, opens with a hard kicks to the arms. Marshman fights out of that southpaw stance, heavy left leg. Big power in his kicks and punches, and very technical.
And he looks great. Like, I know I've seen him fight before, but he said his weight cut was very good this time. Ooh, nice left hand. Didn't have any issues, and it shows in there. He looks to be in tremendous shape. Also gave a big shout out to Nick Catone and his gym and all those guys over there, man. And you know, Nick Catone, a UFC veteran's got a beautiful gym in New Jersey and got some absolute monsters training over there.
And you see he's ducking the punches of Marshman, slipping out of way of him, landing shots of his own.
And when I talked to Roberson, he really said he wanted to be able to test the ground skills of Marshman, thinking that was definitely an advantage that he was going to have in this fight. But when you do that...
Yeah, he's got a big advantage standing up. I mean, you can see it right away. Marshman, who's primarily a puncher, he's moving forward, but he's dealing with the length. He's dealing with that big left power kick.
Oh, look at that counter.
Left hand, that's beautiful.
And that's the difference, Joe. When you're fighting somebody who's primarily got a boxing skill set.
Oh, my goodness.
Even if they're a power puncher and are dangerous, if you're also just as good as a kickboxer, you have more weapons. You have more ways that you can come at them and distract them.
Oh, man. He also has a decided speed advantage. Oh, my goodness.
He just missed with that left.
He looks so good tonight.
Strong start for Karl Roberson. His first pro fight went 3 4-minute rounds. The last 6 have ended in round 1. Perhaps Marshman can try to extend Karl Roberson tonight, but an outstanding start for the favorite.
Well, Marshman's having a hard time figuring out how to close the distance. He's tentative, trying to figure out how to get past those big shots, and he understands, because they've already had some exchanges, that there's a speed difference.
Yeah, absolutely. You could just... Oh, there. I was waiting for that body kick. Man, beautiful head movement. Because he knows what Marshman is going to counter back with, right? No matter what Roberson throws, he knows that Jack is going to come back with some kind of punch counter. So he's able to slip out of the way. If Marshman could mix in more techniques, a knee, elbow,
Another big left from Roberson, now a knee.
And he's hurt. Marshman is tough as nails. He clipped him with that punch. He hit him with that right hand.
Yep. Hey, he said in the pre-fight, he said, anybody that gets in there is not going to have an easy night, no matter who they are or how good they are.
He wasn't blind to the fact that he was going to have to lean on the chin. It's held up thus far. Less than 2 minutes now to go round one.
Certainly not a kicker based on that one. You don't want to do that with a guy like Karl Roberson. You leave that kick out there with no setup, you are going to get countered.
Light heavyweight contender Corey Anderson in the corner of Karl Roberson, as is his longtime chief corner Brian Wright.
Yeah, I've talked to Brian Wright many times before, and he's got so much confidence in his pupil here in Karl Roberson, and justly so. When you take a look at him tonight, he looks sharp. His counters are on point. He can hit you with kicks, punches.
He can switch stances as well.
And we've seen him, if he wants to take this fight to the ground, especially in this particular matchup, he's got submission skills. See how as soon as he misses a punch, he doesn't hang out there for the counter. He moves off angles. He gets out of the way. He uses head movement.
Yeah, very, very well trained.
But Marshman still moving forward and looking for punches. He's always in this fight, and if he touches you, you're going to know it.
Well, he certainly caught him with one right hand in that exchange, and it settled Roberson down. Ooh.
That one caught him on the elbow, though. Doesn't feel good for either guy. There you go, Marshman, some movement there.
Trying to advance.
Nice, nice combination.
Left to the body and a right over the top by Marshman.
Nice job by Marshman as Roberson tried to switch the stances, landed some offense.
Well, perhaps Roberson is slowing down. If Roberson's slowing down at the end of the first round, that might be a trend.
And Marshman's been in wars. This is nothing new to him. He's going to go back to his corner. And
tonight's Corner Cam brought to you by Body Armor. Switch to Body Armor, the more natural, better sports drink. Grab one today at Circle K. Body Armor, the official sports drink of UFC.
He's frustrating him because he's stepping out, as we've planned all along, step outside that lead leg. He's getting frustrated now and he's starting to throw, and this is where he's starting to pick your shots with him. And I promise you now, his pace has dropped in the last 2 minutes, right? Trust
me,
me,
Can I get a translator?
Just keep doing the same thing,
know,
step
right?
outside, throw the jab, throw the left hook, and we're going to land it.
He said, no, throw more feet a little bit more, and make you land outside that.
All right.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Let's take a look at this beautiful left hand. Wow, Marshman has a chin. That was square on the jaw. And here's that body kick. Now, if that looked good there, let's take a listen to how that actually sounded live.
Oh! Like a meat drum.
And again, Marshman took that.
Marshman took it and then landed a right hand in that exchange
And actually,
as well.
it looked like he staggered Roberson a little bit.
Back Roberson off.
But it would appear that Richard Shore in Jack Marshman's corner is onto something. They feel like if they can extend Roberson.
Yes, absolutely.
You understood that?
I know, we need the English subtitles for English.
I feel like I'm watching Snatch.
Yeah. A lot of up and down movement here from Roberson, trying to keep Marshman guessing, not knowing where he's going, level changing, shooting.
Oh, nice straight left.
Beautifully splits the guard, does Roberson.
Look at that, a nice little body kick there from Marshman. That's what he's got to do. It's just,
And Roberson, he was upset at himself.
just do like a 7-punch combo there from Marshman.
Yeah, and that's what he needs. And maybe Roberson is slowing down a little bit.
Oh, he's limping, Joe. Was that a limp? Did you see that?
It's hard to tell.
You think it's from maybe that body kick that he landed, hit him right on the elbow. The first one landed square on the body, but he threw another one. Is he switching stances now, too?
You might be right. There might be something going on with his left foot.
Let's take a look. Let's see.
Oh, beautiful left
Wobbled
hand.
Marshman there.
Not affecting his knuckles, however.
Marshman just missed with the counter. A minute gone by round 2. Marshman rips the body now.
Paul, you might have noticed something. I mean, I think he's hiding it really well, but I think he might be onto something.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch how he's stepping. He's stepping funny.
Yeah, on the left foot. Let's see if he throws any left kicks.
And now I can't stop looking at that. I gotta try to. But so far, no kicks.
Roberson doing a nice job defensively. Now some more offense.
But as we know, that doesn't necessarily mean he's not dealing with. Oh, man.
Yeah, you threw that right hand a bunch of times after you broke it against Mike Perry. Oh, Marshman with a right hand over the top.
Yeah, Marshman is in this fight, man, for sure. He's got a little cut under the eye, but that shouldn't bother him at all.
Marshman's the kind of guy who likes these kind of fights, too.
He needs to get hit. He needs to make it a little dirty, a little ugly. And he knows that. As long as you're a fighter and you understand that, and you got a chin, you don't want to necessarily rely on it, but you know that you can eat a shot to give a couple more back. And we saw by that combo, he's willing to take, okay, you want to throw a 1-2 at me, I'm going to throw 6 pieces at you.
Marshman's got fast hands. He's worked the body pretty effectively at times in past fights.
That was a nice liver shot that he threw there earlier, and he came with the overhand right after it.
Yeah, he's not being... Oh! Well, there you go, left, right. Look, he's swinging. Oh, he got clipped there. Roberson with a nice counter left. Oh!
Beautiful.
Big takedown. Big.
Nice, very nice there.
Von Flue choke, perhaps.
Yeah, does he know? Oh, he kind of pulled his head out of it. I think instinctually sometimes guys just want to get, you know what I mean? Because even when you do the Von Flue choke, you're not getting choked, but if you're gasping for air a little bit, even when you're putting on the choke, it's still like it almost makes me claustrophobic a little bit.
While you're applying.
While I'm applying, even though I'm not really getting choked. I think that was an intelligent move there, especially if there is something wrong with his foot. I could be totally wrong about that, though.
Yeah, it could easily just be switching the tempo, the way he moves. But he definitely did kick that elbow.
Yeah, he certainly did.
And Marshman capturing that leg, trying to reclaim half guard.
Yeah, this was just as Marshman was getting a little bit of confidence, landing some good combos. Roberson said no, and beautiful level change. Picked him up with that double leg, too.
We hear fighters so often say they learn more from losses than wins. And in his last fight against Mutanchi forced him to evolve. Working on the takedown here, pretty efficient with the ground strikes thus far.
I feel like that's just something we say to make ourselves happier.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pissed off when I lose. You know what I learned about my fight with Mike Perry? Don't lose again and don't break your arm again. Let's just go get another win. And maybe don't throw spinning back fists after you've already broken your arm.
That's refreshingly honest. I like that Robertson took him down. I like that he's got him here in side control. I don't like that he's not advancing.
Yes.
I want him to do more. Because I feel like he's got a decided advantage on the ground.
Yeah, he could have. I think he could have mounted whenever he wanted, Joe.
Or he could have at least attempted it.
And that could have forced Marshman to make a mistake, turn a bad way, give up an arm, who knows.
2 rounds in the can. Tonight's Corner Cam is brought to you by Body Armor. Switch to Body Armor, the more natural, better sports drink. Grab one today at Circle K. Body Armor, the official sports drink of UFC.
Okay, take a deep breath. How we feeling? Good. All right. So, if you pull them out and you can work your counter, okay? We're not throwing long enough on our shots, our punches, and your feet are sitting still. It's a beautiful takedown. You won the round. You're doing good.
Leg up.
Okay, but every time he touches, you got to hit it.
Let's go.
All right, so every time he touches your leg, I need you to hit him, okay? Listen to Dante.
Listen, if you get him down on your side, just don't just look to pin it when you hit with your shin. Step over the arm and trap it.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, slide it through, all right?
Between my legs?
Yep, yes, and then you hook the leg. Hook your top leg underneath the arm. Then you can pop treble it an elbow.
Yo-yo him. Put the
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Felder, always the
him.
predator, saw weakness. Called it out. You saw it. He said, I messed my leg up, and he didn't use the word messed.
No bonuses for commentators, but that's good stuff out of you,
Yeah.
Paul. It's always interesting, too, in this digital age, right, that does Jack Marshman get the message that there's maybe an injury, you know?
I know, I never thought about that until somebody said that to me, that they actually knew a fighter, that somebody at home was watching the pay-per-views or the fight, yeah, and would text or call and say, hey, his left hand is broken, his arm is broken, or something. It's crazy.
Well, he's doing a great job, especially now, of camouflaging it.
But see how it's the way he stands on it. It's very ginger. He's kind of like barely putting all his weight on it.
There's a little bit of stiffness to it as well.
And it kind of is the way it's,
he threw it anyway.
I love it.
Owie.
I love it.
Especially in contrast to the way he was moving in the beginning of the first round.
Yeah, he was really moving up and down, kind of
lightning fast. Oh, low! Thought about it, said, I don't want to feel it. I want to feel that sting.
Fight fans, check out the UFC store on your mobile device. Get your favorite fighter gear and more. Shop now and receive 15% off during tonight's fight. Use code UFC230 and start saving today. A minute plus gone by here in this third and final round. Marshman has eaten a ton of big left hands from Roberson.
Oh, man, he threw it again. But he's not throwing it with the same kind of heat.
Not at all. We saw him earlier in this fight throw that same head kick, and it was lightning fast and powerful. He threw that one up there. Okay, let me let you know that this is there, but he's definitely being very... Oh, man. Wow.
Marshman can take a shot.
My God, right? I mean, that was a beautiful counter left, and he ate it. Spitting blood everywhere.
Guy barely flinches.
Man,
there's some guys that just, for whatever reason, they could take it. Well, he's got a ton of blood coming out of his mouth now. And it just sprayed all over Paul Felder. He picked up his own mouthpiece.
Said, I got
savage.
It. I don't need to rinse it off.
Wow, he threw it again.
I'm very curious to see what he hurt as well. You know, is it the shin? Did he hurt his foot? Because for me,
I think it's his instep, if I had to guess.
That's usually what get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You land right on that elbow, and it's
a horrible feeling.
Oh, it's so bad.
Beautiful shot and land by Roberson.
No resistance there. Marshman just really didn't have the hips for that.
And he got away with a couple fence grabs with the toes there. This is now the longest fight of Karl Roberson's pro career. But largely the cardio's held up.
Well, he hasn't really been threatened. I mean, Marshman's hit him with some good shots and some exchanges, but he's never pressured him.
And here, I think this is where Roberson can really try to take advantage. Try to ground him out. He's up against the fence. Just throw knee on belly and make Marshman pick a side. Once you put that knee on the belly, he's only got the fence to turn into or you. Obviously easier said than done when you're in there. You got an injury. So I'm not taking anything away from Roberson.
Some good elbows there by Roberson.
Looking for a key lock.
When was the last time we saw an Americana?
Yeah, right.
That might be like one of the rarest submissions in modern MMA. Kind of strange if you think about it. We used to have it all the time back in the old days.
Yeah, guys, just the defense when it comes to submissions now. Guys don't feel like a fish out of water down there anymore.
Well, you still see Kimuras, but you just, oh, there you go, full mount.
Wow.
All right.
Let it go. If I'm Roberson and I'm his corner, I'm saying posture up. I would try to posture up and turn him towards the fence. This way, he's got no out.
Yeah.
Because here he can at least bridge. Marshman can bridge away from the fence and maybe end up in the guard, maybe just end up in a scramble. But if Roberson can slow, he's actually rotating him the other way, giving him the fence to push off of. I'd be trying to rotate him towards the fence.
I think he doesn't recognize that. I think he thinks that he doesn't want him to get up against the fence and may have the opportunity to wall walk.
And that is a problem when a guy's in a different position. But from mount, you're on top of him. To get to the wall, he's got to first escape the mount.
Oh, there's a good left hand by Roberson.
15 seconds, Jack. 15, hold on there, son.
Roberson looking to put the finishing touches here on what would be his second UFC win.
Good elbow.
Right, let's go.
Well, he certainly got the better of the striking. When he did go to the takedown, it was there for Roberson. Enjoying the moment here inside Madison Square Garden for the New Jersey native. A big night for him. Let's take a look back at his handiwork. This replay brought to you by Nemiroff, bold character since 1872.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can just see the counter left hand ability of Roberson. It was lightning fast, and he landed it over and over and over again in this fight. Every time Marshman tried to step forward, he countered. And here, just as he starts to dominate on the feet and Marshman gets comfortable, he hits him with a beautiful double leg. That was the second of his fight, and both of them launched Marshman into the air, into side control, ended the fight in mount. Beautiful performance, even with a possible injury on his left leg. Great job, Karl Roberson.
So for the first time in the UFC, Roberson forced to go the full 15 minutes. And I guess when you're training every day with Corey Anderson, the work ethic, the conditioning rubs off. Joe mentioned Roberson not necessarily tested, but the defense held up. He avoided 76% of the strikes that came his way from Marshman. Good effort out of Karl Roberson here tonight. The official decision brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Get unlimited high-speed data all month long on the same network as T-Mobile. All right, with the scorecards, we turn it over to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-26, 30-26, and 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Karl Baby K. Roberson.
I'm here with the winner, Karl Roberson. First of all, Karl, congratulations on an excellent victory. You look sensational coming out of the gate, but something happened to your leg. Paul Felder actually called it. He said it looked like you were limping a little bit. When was that and what happened?
I had a little knee injury from wrestling, and you know, Paul, he's a kickboxer, so he can realize something early. So once he kicked me the first time, I'm like, nah, we're not gonna do too much more of that. So,
which leg was it?
My right leg. But we fighters, we adapt in situations, so the best of the best, you gotta adapt when shit hurts.
You hit Marshman with some clean, hard shots, and he kept coming. Were you surprised that he was able to absorb those?
Not at all. I watched his fights. I know he's a down, gritty, and tough guy. And I was expecting him to stand there and just take it if he had to. So I was going to give him everything he wanted.
Well, you gave him everything he wanted, and your takedowns were also a key to victory in this fight. And coming from a guy, really, I mean, you're known as a kickboxer as much as anything. That was another showing a big new aspect of your game.
Yeah, man, I've been working with one of the best in the game, Corey Anderson. He got some of the most takedowns in his division. You train with him long enough, you're going to take some of his skills. And I showed it tonight. I'm an all-around fighter. I'm dangerous, man.
You're definitely dangerous, sir, and congratulations on your victory. Look forward to seeing you again. Karl Roberson, ladies and gentlemen.
So Karl Roberson now 7 up and 1 down as a pro in mixed martial arts. Perhaps he'll have a name or a number next to his name next week.
Yeah, I think the sky's the limit for this kid. If he keeps working his wrestling with guys like Corey Anderson and all the guys in Jersey, keeps that kickboxing pedigree that he's got. The counter ability, of Roberson is lightning fast, and as a middleweight, incredible.
Certainly one of the more intriguing prospects to come off of Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. Not prospects there. The former champion Frankie Edgar, the current UFC Women's Featherweight Queen Chris Cyborg. All the UFC stars are out tonight. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and the King of Rio, former UFC Featherweight Champion Jose Aldo. All right, coming up next from New York City, big spot for the Bronx-born David Branch as he tries to keep his name in title contention. What's coming up? Brought to you by EA Sports UFC 3, now available in EA Access. Subscribe and play now for $4.99 a month on Xbox One. Well, there is little argument at present as to who are the 2 best featherweights in the world. And on December 8th, in